Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thank you for tuning in this week, and I hope that last week's message helped you find peace in your journey and helped you as you move along away from the fold. This week, I want to change focus a little bit and talk about something that should and will play a significant role in finding happiness as you leave your church. This is the personal relationships and the help that one seeks from humans and human interactions in daily life. I like to classify this as having multiple different people to help. Spouses or partners, professionals such as psychologists and life coaches, mentors, and friends. So to start, I'll talk about the relationship with one's spouse or life partner. I think that it is incredibly important to choose someone who is supportive of you in all that you do, who's supportive of you no matter the situation in your life, and who will bring joy and be a sounding board as you journey away from the fold. It's important to note that this person is not a professional. This person isn't a psychologist. This person is there merely to be supportive of you on your journey. And by doing that, they're there through the hard times, through the sad times, and in the end, in your happiness. They share in your joy. They don't need to be doing the same journey as you. Maybe they did it long ago, or maybe they've yet to. Or, quite possibly, they're content with being a productive member in their religious organization. However, this person will help you find happiness should you have someone like that. So I challenge you, ask the hard questions. Determine whether or not you have someone that's there in all times, someone that brings joy, someone that's a sounding board, and someone that will help you. Because you will need help. That's where we go to psychologists and professionals. There are a couple options here, and I find that both are very helpful. The first, psychologists, are trained professionals who can help you understand how such a strict or significant upbringing, how these religious organizations have affected you subconsciously throughout your life. This type of person will ask the hard questions, the small questions that get us to think. This type of person is important because they're there to help you understand yourself better. As someone who's a professional and who doesn't have a relationship outside of a professional one, they can ask those questions which make you angry, which challenge your core beliefs, and they can, in the end, tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. A life coach is someone very similar, and I find also just as helpful. I think that having both, in the end, is going to be better, and you will find more joy and more productivity. However, I do think that that one could make do with either a psychologist or a life coach. I challenge you to look into this. If you haven't already been going, then do so. Seek someone. Look for professional help and fully commit to it as you journey towards happiness. Well, next I want to talk about friendship. Your friends are similar to your spouse or life partner. However, they're people who will often tell you what you kind of want to hear. A good friend will tell you what you need to hear, but I find friends are there to help you move on, to help you understand your situation, maybe not agree. If they don't agree and you find that not to your liking, then in the end, you'll know they're not your true friend. But by having friends there and including them in this process, I believe that you will find your true friends. You'll know who really is there. And by doing this and understanding those relationships and knowing in the end who's there and who is the true friend, you will have more joy as you come to terms with your decision and you find what makes you happy in life. Lastly, I want to talk about the relationship with a mentor. Mentors are individuals who have gone through a similar experience in life and who can offer insight. In my book, Becoming a Nun, I try to be just that. However, I do think it's important that you find a mentor with whom you can speak one-on-one. You find someone that has done almost the same thing as you. Someone whom you can turn to and ask questions about their personal journey and their personal experience. By doing this, you've built a relationship based on a common understanding that you are leaving religion together. The mentor has already found joy and happiness in their decision, maybe years ago or maybe just recently. And they're there to help you reach the same. So, for this week, I challenge you to think about your different relationships. Understand how these relationships can work to help you find joy and peace in your decision away from the fold. It's important to understand these relationships and the effect they may have on you before you start your journey, as well as you journey forward, so that you can continually reassess yourself, where you stand, and then in the end, when it comes time to fully embrace the happiness and the joy that you feel from the freedom which you've garnered, you can talk to these individuals, you can thank them, and you can understand that these individuals played an important role in your life. So, as always, have a good week, subscribe below, and tune in next week. Have a good day.